I'm either really unfit or there is no oxygen up here.
There's going to be smells.
Wow, it's amazing. It's cold enough for that. And yet we're all in t-shirts. Hi, I'm Daz and she's B, and we're on a 12-week road trip around France with our boys and our greyhound Sammy. Join us as we explore the history, beauty and fun we can squeeze in while getting to grips with the challenges of working and home educating on the road as a family in France, living a life less ordinary as we escape in the motorhome. For those of you who are new to the channel, here's a map showing the route so far. We're about 8 to 9 weeks into our trip and parked up in the town of Chamonix. Well, welcome to day 2 in Chamonix. I'm out with Sammy on a nice early morning walk. It's about 7 AM. The sun is just clipping the top of the mountains, which still looks stunning. Trousers. It's going to be somewhere between 7 and 11 degrees, I think, up the mountain today, which in the UK would sound like quite a reasonable temperature. Anyway, there's a lot to fit in this morning, so we better get to it. This cable car in the village of Le Praz opened in December 2019 and flies over the Gulf to Chamonix, transporting you to the Flagère site 1,877 metres up the mountain, facing south and looking onto Montblanc. Depending on the time of year, an adult round-way ticket will be anywhere between €22 and €23, and a child's ticket will be anywhere between €17.50 and €19.60, with a family pass around €68 or €71. We're on the second part of our first mountain, second part, L'Index it's called, and you can see behind us Mont Blanc, I think, and all the rest of their cronies, and where we're heading later on. But for now we've got a 7-minute ride up to the top of wherever this takes us. Unfortunately Sammy's not allowed, so B and Sammy are back down there waiting for us to come back down. From the lift, the boys spotted this curious creature. Was it a rabbit? A squirrel? A fox? It turned out to be an alpine marmot. Well, Indy's saying apparently there's loads of snow or ice the other side of this peak. This is an unbelievable view. Poor little Phoenix just then. We had quite a rude awakening this morning. Really didn't want to get out of bed. Sobbed a lot. He's just apologised, bless him, if he made the morning at all rough for us. They are all, I don't know if I'm short of breath, I've been taking about 10 steps. I'm either really unfit or there is no oxygen up here. So we're about 2,000 or so, 2,500 metres up, so it's going to be a bit thinner, which makes me feel exhausted straight away, having not really exercised since we came to France. I'm pretty unfit as it is. We've almost reached this little bit of snow. I think they're not going to be happy until they've touched this bit of ice. And then it's straight back down, take Sammy back, bus into town to make sure we're ready for our cable car to go up one of the neighbouring peaks of Mont Blanc. Hey guys, wait for me! Come on then, Indy, let's see you slide. Mind that big rock. There's people climbing behind you, look. practically skied in Chamonix. Etty, do a tiny run. Whoa. Wow, it's amazing. It's cold enough for that. And yet we're all in t-shirts. Heading straight for the rock. Well, hats off to these folk who want to climb up the rest of this thing. We're quite happy heading down now. Right, let's go. Well, we've had fun on the snow and we're all out of breath, particularly me. So it's time to head back down and meet Bee and Sammy.
Oh my god.
So just over there, where's my finger? Just over there is where Stampy's parked up. And to give you an idea of how that works, there's the rest of Chamonix up there. The campsite we'd originally headed for here turned out to be full, but on leaving we spotted this little lay-by. There were no markings or signs and enough room for 3 or 4 vehicles, and only the same distance away from town that we would have been had we stayed in that campsite. Except it was free, but shh, don't tell everyone. We are hopefully all going to go and stand in this glass box here.
Okay, so we're up at nearly the top. We're up at
Aiguille du Midi.
Aiguille du Midi, so we can see the Montblanc by us. And who knew we were going to do some home ed at this point? Look what's happened to our bag of crisps. So this must be something to do with altitude and air pressure.
But this is really tight. It's like it's going to explode. So the air pressure obviously is less dense here, and so the bag wants to expand because there's higher pressure inside and down to ground level.
So Lara's lessons.
It's diffusion, an area of high pressure. I wanted to go to an area of low pressure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I learned that in environment.
Well done. Let's go.
Right, we're going very slowly up these stairs.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put my bottle in my bag.
Just the most amazing views. These poor buggers. Hats off to that guy. Where is he? Oh yeah.
The mountains go.
Having a little resty. Here we see the climbers reaching their final destination, but the top of the Aiguille du Midi cable car lift is also the start of the Vallée Blanche off-piste 23km downhill ski slope, not for the faint-hearted. Thank you. I'm trying to do some serious photography of people climbing over there, and bees putting ice down my down
Look, Dad.
my
Look,
top.
there's people down there.
Even in the queue line, you can prepare yourself for what's about to come. Unfortunately, shuffling around in these rather flattering slippers is obligatory. Well, according to Google Maps, this little peak over here is the Matterhorn. Basically nothing on TV is like actually being here. Anyway, you can see a heck of a long way. So that's all the way over to Italy, and you can take a cable car from here to Italy and back as part of the trip. But it's I think it's an extra fee, and you will need your passport with you because you're crossing a border. It's also worth noting you can't go down as and when you like. We were given a time slot of 2.5 hours before our journey back down to town, and by that time we were ready for some food. With grub in our bellies, it was time to take a trip up another hill, this time on the Montenvers train to see the Mer de Glace, which is France's largest glacier, 7 kilometers long and 200 meters deep. The railway was built in the early 1900s and covers a distance of 5 kilometers or just over 3 miles. At the top you can take a cable car down to visit the glacier, or you can even walk. Although there is audio guidance on the train itself, you can also log in and follow it on your phone. Having enjoyed breathtaking views on the way up, our goal was to get down to the glacier and even go inside it as they tunnel some of the ice out. Unfortunately, we got there 15 minutes after the last cable car had left and the footpath down was closed. So we stayed around, enjoyed some views, and then took the train back down again.
So Dad's left me in charge of doing this very simple job. Looks simple enough, but of course I managed to mess it up. It was very, very tight fit getting from the water tap to here. And he went, don't put the water on, wait until you get there and I'll switch it on for you. I'm thinking, no, you're touching the poo stuff. No. I'll switch it on. By the time I got round here, it was firing around like some venomous cobra, hitting 2 passers-by, and they even swore. Felt really bad. I said sorry, but by that time we'd already got soaked.
It's a hot day, just giving them a little cooling shower.
So at this point, whilst we're changing the chemical toilet, I do want to comment on little tablets and maybe we're doing something wrong. Because I've seen so many people say, oh, we pop a little tablet in, biological tablet, and no smells whatsoever. Now, is it because I have 5 people on board, including myself, there's going to be smells, or are we doing something wrong? So you're putting the tablet in with a little bit of water.
Yeah.
It's going to dissolve. That membrane sort of just dissolves, whether it's hot or cold, surely. And when you pour it out, it's kind of soapy and
I was the only thing, there's more froth on it, similar colour, maybe a touch more blue. I'll put a bit of flush fluid in that we happen to have, but other people said put fabric softener in too. I mean what else should we put in? Some potpourri.
Sounds like a proper
Let's put some potpourri in next time.
Yeah, shove anything in. Also, our sink is starting to smell. Like when we're driving along, sometimes it's the sink that's more offensive than the shaking around of the chemical toilet. What can we pour down our sink to make it smell a bit nicer? Bleach? It probably needs a darn good clean out with some sort of special product when we get back. I'm already soaked from the cobra snake situation.
You didn't get any splashback from the poo station just now like I did.
I'd much rather this job than that job. Dirty job.
Right, so I better show you what I've done. Just been sat here contemplating how this could have happened. Right, well here's my go at one of B's little history nuggets. So, win some, lose some. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check our channel for loads more of our adventures around France. So until our next escape, please consider a like or subscribe.